Hey folks, been a while. Hope everyone's doing good. Trying a slightly new mic setup. Sorry for not posting for a while. The holidays happened and the world's been happening, and I also went back to work this at the beginning of January, and that's been really exciting. But also had less time for doing some of this magic video stuff. But today's a really exciting day. It's the pre-release day for Aetherdrift, and I picked up a couple things. One of them is I picked up the Eternal Might Commander deck, the Precon. Really excited about this. It looks like a really powerful Precon with a lot of value in it. I was excited also just to pre-order from my local store to get it for MSRP, which I think the value in the package is way above MSRP, so excited to play around with this when I get a chance. But also, at MSRP, I picked up one of these, which is really exciting. So yeah, Finish Line bundle includes a box topper, includes a bunch of really cool lands, includes 6 set boosters, or play boosters, whatever we're calling them these days, and also 2 collector boosters. And believe it or not, I think this is the first time I've purchased any type of collector booster of any kind. And I was tempted to do so given just the sheer value of this box. This MSRP on pre-order was $75. I already see them online for like $100. So obviously people see a lot of value in this. There's some stuff that's kind of exclusive in here. So let's just go in and see what we've got. So yeah, happy pre-release day. Hope people who are going off and doing drafts and such have good luck and a good time. Ooh, what a nice box. This is a gorgeous little box. I will hold on to this. Inside, ooh, this is what we got. Oh yes, let's see the little extra stuff we got in here. So we got this cool little box. We've got a set of mana symbol stickers. Let's go ahead and just look at those real quick. You can go on your deck boxes or on your water bottles. Wherever I have a water bottle, it's just covered in stickers. But these look nice. They're not particularly, some people were speculating if they would be particularly like racing set themed, like if they would look like, NASCAR sponsor logos or something, but a little generic, but overall, nice, classic. We also have an oversized racing spin down. This is really cool. It's got the set logo and all the checker flag patterns. This is a cool die. It's a pretty neat special little thing. So then in the business half over here, we've got a couple things. We've got this pack of land. We got a pack of lands. We've got the box topper. We've got 2 collector packs and then the 6 other packs. So I'm just gonna start on the left, but when we get to the collectors, I'm gonna set these 2 aside for the end. So we're gonna put these collector boosters right over here. Let's start with the lands, then maybe we'll do the box topper. So basic rule tips on the side. Yeah, so let's look what we got in here. This is pretty neat. I'm excited. At first, when long ago when they said, hey, we're gonna have a set that's in universe, it's a racing set, I think there was some doubt, trepidation, but I've seen a lot of excitement, and I think some of the cards in the set that have been previewed look really cool. So I think this is promising to be a really exciting set. So we got the foil Amonkhet Raceway. At max speed, you can give a creature haste. Oh, do we have a set of those? We have a second one. Maganda Raceway is a rare. Max speed taps for 2 colorless instead of 1 colorless. Already, unfortunately, they do clearly have a little bit of a bend to them, which is a bummer as always, but unfortunately not that uncommon these days. And then we got some cool foil basics. Oh, we got the big lotus-looking Colosseum there. Nice. Then we got some blues. Got some islands. Yep, got that lotus-looking stadium there in blue. The tower tops in the city. Got some swamps. Cool, broken, decayed highways and things in cities. Got the burning red. We got, again, a lotus theme on each of these. So we got like sort of a full set of variety. We don't have like a bunch of copies of the same one of the basics, which is cool. We kind of got a spread of them. Yeah. And then we have kind of special is we got some of these. Sorry for my computer noises. We got a set of these first place finishes. This is my first time seeing this in person. Well, on the online previews, it kind of looked yellow, and it was like, they were like, hey, this is just a mock-up. It's not what they're really going to look like. In person, it looks like a really cool gold. It's got a nice foil treatment to it. They're definitely lined. Hopefully this is showing the video, but there are like certain lines and stuff that are definitely more foiled than others. We're in a cockpit. And we got that. We got one set of basics in this treatment, and then we got the different cockpits. We got the sort of boat, steering wheel, like the helm, like maybe for some of those dragster shark folks. Swamp. Got this. Maybe it's hard to tell. I don't know if it's like a buggy sort of front, but it's definitely got a little bit of that Art Deco sort of shapes and such. We got in red, kind of Mad Maxi, you know, kind of cobbled together sort of a car. And the forest, we actually got some hands there for what looks like. I honestly don't know the lore enough for this set. It kind of looks goblinish, but also I don't know what I'm talking about. Just, you know, got some humanoid hands there. So that's that. That's really cool. So that's some of the bonus stuff that you get with this Finish Line pack. And again, I'm going to wait on the collector boosters, but I am going to hop into the box topper. I believe this box topper should include 2 cards. I believe 1 land and 1 actual spell. It's a rare mythic. So let's see how lucky we get on the first little mini pack of this set. So here we go. All right, so we got another one of the cool forests. So we got a second copy of that, which is cool because I'm excited, especially about my Golgari deck. My bug deck, there's some cool things in this set, so maybe this goes in there. And then we got a Finish Line Voyager Glide Car, a 1 white artifact vehicle. Scries 1 when you enter, 2/3. Tap 3 other untapped creatures you control, and end of the turn, this vehicle becomes an artifact creature and gains flying, and you put a +1/+1 counter on it. Crew 1. All right, cool to get a Finish Line card in the box topper. Not one of the big hits, I suspect, but cool little thing nonetheless. So I'll set that aside with our lands. And let's go into some of the actual play boosters. Got Chandra on the top of this one, and let's just hop right in. I think these are ones where we go back to front for rarity, but we'll learn quickly enough. You'll learn with me. So let's do it. Yeah, let's do it this way. I guess let's just, I guess we can look at this and also see what the art card is. I'm just curious. Cool little glider action. Just got this Windscarred Crag. Cool. Nice art. Alright, we got a Lightning Strike. Got a Guide Light Optimizer. Okay, so it's a mana dork, but only for artifacts or abilities. Makes sense for this set. Pedal to the Metal. +X+O. Engine Rat. Adorable. Look at this little guy. He's having a good time. Death Touch 1/1 for 1. Can for 6. Can each opponent lose 2 life. Interesting. Something to do with mana in the late game, but odd. Stampeding Scurryfoot. A little mouse buddy. I like how it sort of feels like the recent sets kind of bleed into each other. You know, like that one sort of looked like it had some Bloom Hollow action. And then this bauble reminds me of the Fallout set. This cool little guy. Wreck Remover. Outpace Oblivion. Barrier Engines, enchantment. When this enchantment enters, it deals 5 damage to a creature or planeswalker. Sacrifice this and 2. It deals 2 damage to each player who doesn't have max speed. So just outpace them and punish them. Interesting. Vestal Raider. When it enters, you reveal their hand. You would take an instant or sorcery. They discard. Okay. Solid. Roadside Assistance. Enchant creature or vehicle. When it enters, create a pilot. And it saddles as though its power were 2 greater. So it can saddle or crew 3. It gives it +1/+1 and lifelink. Interesting. Trade the Helm. Oh, this one's cute. Yeah, you exchange control of artifact creature you control and one an opponent controls, and also cycles for 2. There's definitely some cycle combos or synergy in some of the precons and some of the wheels in this set. Ooh, and a Howl Squad Heavy Goblin Mercenary for 3. Other goblins have haste, so it's a haste enabler for your Gobbo decks. And then in each combat, you create a 1/1 goblin that attacks at the turn of Able. And at max speed, it taps for red for each goblin. That is an excellent goblin typal card. That feels like that's going to go in a lot of goblin decks, and the art is pretty sick as well. Sweet. And then we have a foil of Broken Wings. Destroy an artifact, enchantment, or creature with flying for 3. Neat. All right, that's pack 1. I'll try to put up some current values for some of these cards as we go through. But keep in mind that this being the Friday, the day of pre-release that I'm recording this, the prices online are crazy and speculative, so don't expect any of those to remain right where they are. They're going to probably change quite a lot over the coming weeks, but it'll still be exciting to see. That's a really cool art card there. Let's set that aside. We've got another island, and then let's see what we get in this set. We got a Thunderhead Gunner. One of those shark pirates this time, but I love the shark pirates. They're really cute. Broadcast Rambler. Now it enters, create a pilot, or no, just an artifact creature token with flying. Excuse me. Crew 1. Blooded the Engine. Tap it. Doesn't. This is all abilities. Doesn't untap. All right. Pothole Mole. Beauty. Mill, and then return land to your hand. Kind of synergizes with my Umzu deck, but I don't know if it's good enough. Ooh, yeah, here's a bug. Chitlin Gravestalker. That's 1 less for each artifact and creature in your graveyard. Overcost to begin with, but you can also just cycle it. That's a good way to get a bug into my bin if I did want to put this into Umzu. Again, cool, maybe not quite good enough. Oh yeah, there are a few no ability cards in here, and there's at least one card that has a synergy for fetching creatures with no ability out of the bin. Got an Afishkar Raceway. Got an Apocalypse Runner. A creature you control power 2 or less against lifelink and can't be blocked. Neat. And crew 3 is a 6/5 for 4. And then a Veteran Beast Rider. It's a human knight. Ooh, at the beginning of your end step, untap each creature you control for 3 for a 3/4. That's pretty solid. Creatures you control get +1/+1 till end for 4. Pride of the Road is a zombie cat. It's a vigilant, start your engines 2/5 for 4. Max speed, beginning of combat in your turn, target creature or vehicle you control gains double strike. Seems solid, certainly in a draft. Seems like something that's worth playing. Roadside Blowout. Okay, this is a removal card. It costs less for things that mana value 1. Returns it to their hand and you draw a card. Alright. Ooh, that's cool. So we got our first mythic. We have Valor's Flagship in full art. I also don't know enough about the alternate art treatments. This feels like an alternate art treatment, but I'm not sure exactly. This might just be what the full art one looks like. It's a Flying First Strike lifelink for 7. It's a 7/7. Cruise 3, you can also cycle it with an X cost. When you cycle it, you create X 1/1 pilot creature tokens with this token, saddles, mounts, and crews as though with their power 2 or greater. So it can create a bunch of pilots, or it can still be a 7/7 Flying First Strike lifelink vehicle for 7. Interesting. That is pretty cool. Looks really gorgeous. And then, let's see. Okay, and then we have a Foil Tyrox Sorid Tyrant. So 4/1 for 2. So, you know, he can pilot well because he's got a high power, but okay, that's pack 2. Got a mythic. Seems pretty cool. Let's get to pack number 3. We got several more to go through. Yeah, really cool. I'm loving the art of this set. We got a pilot token. Nice. So demure. So chill. So cool. Alright. Oh my god. Got a Gaspel Blockbuster. Human Berserker. You can sacrifice a creature or vehicle when you do destroy target artifact upon controls. Okay, so you can just sack something to get rid of something scary. That seems pretty solid, especially in limited. Seems like it would have play, especially in this limited environment. Whenever this creature attacks, we'll saddle to untap it and put a +1/+1 counter on it. Solid. Glitch Ghost Surveyor. 1, 2, 2 for 3. Interesting. Okay. Ripclaw Wrangler, a common 4/3 black vehicle. Each opponent discards a card. Ooh, discard effects. Nice. Gotta reach 6/6 for 6. Pressured on. It enters you gain 4 life, and you can cycle it. Yeah, lots of cycling cards in this set. It's really cool. Interface Ace. This creature settles, mounts, and crews using its toughness rather than its power. Okay, it's like a wall robot pilot. So the creature becomes tapped during your turn, untap it. Play triggers only once each turn. It's fascinating, so you can pilot with it and then leave it untapped as a blocker. And probably there's other cool things people will be clever and come up with. Another Avishkar Raceway. Ooh, Carry-On Cruiser. Another black vehicle. It enters mill 2 cards, then return a creature or vehicle from your graveyard to your hand. Through 1. This guy might go in my Amzu deck. I have effects similar to this with mill and then return in her, but like having it attached to something that sticks on the board and provides additional value seems great. So I'm open to it. There's a few other cards I'm excited to see, and hopefully for my Amzu deck. Reckless Velocitar. Okay, it gives +2 and +1 trample for things it saddles or mount or cruise. Sick. Voyage Home. Oh, it's this little round guy. His eyes weird me out. Is affinity for artifacts. Draw 3 cards and gain 3 life. Okay, so you're hopefully doing this for 2, basically. I mean, in a pinch, it's a good draw spell, but yeah, you want to play this in a high artifact environment, obviously. Reef Roads. Enters top unless you control a mount or vehicle. You can sack it for 2, create a 1/1 pilot with, the classic pilot thing of 2 greater. Cool. Oh, here we go. Here's another card potentially for Amzu, or certainly in that Golgari space. Thunderous Velocipede. 3 for a 5/5 vehicle with trample. Each other vehicle and creature you control enters with an additional +1/+1 counter on it if its mana value is 4 or less. Otherwise, it enters with 3 additional +1/+1 counters on it. Crew 3. I think I slapped this thing straight into Amzu. This is sick. I'm so glad I opened. This is one of the mythics I was excited about. For those who don't remember, my Amzu deck is all about creating bug tokens and then putting a bunch of +1/+1 counters on it. It has a bunch of token and counter doublers. It's got doubling seasons, it's got parallel lives, etc. So this feels sick for that type of effect, and it's really low value or really low cost, I think, for the value it provides. Yeah, I think that's dope. I'm really excited about that. And then a Paste Setter Paragon. An exhaust effect. We haven't seen a lot of this exhaust effect yet, but this is the new thing where you can basically just do this once with this copy of this permanent and then never again. Put a +1/+1 counter on the creature. It gains double strike until end of turn. There's a pilot. It's always interesting because like pilot things don't confer their abilities when they're tapped and used as a pilot. So it's always odd when they have abilities that focus on them as a creature, but I guess it adds flexibility. But yeah, Thunderous Velocipede. Hell yeah. I'm excited about that. Sweet. Oh, I'm just gonna take a quick second, so I might probably edit the video for a second just to stretch. And I'm just gonna check the quality of the audio thus far to make sure that I'm not gonna be sad about this when I go back and look at the recording. So be right back. Okay, cool. So we finished that pack. Getting into the next one, and we'll see what we got here. All right. We're halfway through the play packs, and then we'll get to the 2 collectors and see what fate has in store for us. Cool. So got another cool art card. Nice, shiny. And then it's got the Swiftwater Cliffs. All right, let's see. Going again, back to front. Okay, Burner Rocket. That art is so fun. That little goblin out of the next one. Enters target creature you control, gains +2/+0 and gains trample until end of turn. Spot Cycle Scouter. Lots of Akira vibes on some of these motorcycles in red. Some very directly, but yeah, this is cool. Through 1. Howler's Heavy. An elephant buddy? It's like an elephant seal, I think. I think it's like an ocean, like elephant seal pirate. It's a seal pirate, says it right there. Cycling. And we cycle it. Target creature vehicle gets -3, -0. Fascinating. That seems not great. Mutant Surveyor. Start your engines. It's +1/+1 for 2. And max speed, you can spend 3 and exile it from your graveyard to draw a card. Interesting. Run over. If it targets a mountain or vehicle you control, the damage equal to its power. Or creature you control, so it has to be mounted or crewed at the time. To target creature and opponent. Alright. Risky shortcut. Draw 2 cards, each player loses 2 life. Walking sarcophagus. Got some of this Egyptian 5 mummy stuff that we got. And some of this Amonkhet-based action. Zombie cat. Start your engines. Max speed gets +1/+2. Alright, fine. End Rider Spike Spitter. Chupa-Choo. That's very cool. Reach. It's reach 3/4 for 4. Start your engines at max speed. Beginning of your upkeep. Exile the top card of your library. You may play that card this turn. Like, oops, sorry, I gotta adjust myself real quick. Oh, alright. Elvish Refueler. Actually, I'm gonna lower my chair a little bit. Or maybe I won't. Let's see if I can figure out how to. Just a little bit. Okay. Elvish Refueler. An elf druid for 3. As long as you haven't activated Exhaust Blaze this turn, you may activate Exhaust Blaze as though they haven't been activated. Okay, so effectively, since it says you haven't activated an exhaust ability, basically that means you get to do 1 exhaust again per turn. And then its exhaust ability is for 2 to put +1/+1 counter on this creature. There's some decks that build around that, which is interesting. Alright, Tune-Up. Return target artifact card from your graveyard to the battlefield. As a vehicle, it becomes an artifact creature. It just says it becomes an artifact creature. It doesn't say until end of turn, so this just permanently crews something from your graveyard. Wild. Sabotage Strategist. Flying Vigilance. When 1 or more creatures attack you, this creature gets -1/-0. Exhaust for a bunch, but 3+1/+1 counters on this creature. Meh. Ooh, okay, we got that Gas Guzzler. Some people were talking about him. His art is creepy. Also ill-advised, don't drink gas, kids. This is a Vampire Rogue for 1, that's a 2/1. It enters tap. Max speed, you pay 1 and sacrifice another creature or vehicle to draw a card. So this guy, at max speed, is a very affordable draw engine in some aristocrat or other large amount of token creature type deck. So he is pretty cool. And then we got a starting column, which for 3 is to start your engines. It adds 1 of any color. You can sack it and draw 2 at max speed. Neat. Very pretty. Alright. That's pack number 4. Going to pack number 5 now. You know that like the pre-cons, there was some excitement. It feels like there was more excitement about the Esper Zombie one. Curious. Oh, we got Start Engines Tracker. Curious if other people are excited about the other commanders. If people are excited about playing a particular color or set. I think building one of those Shark Pirate decks, I just love the art. I think it'd be really fun. I'm more excited about the theme than the mechanics, if I'm honest, but it could both be interesting. All right, Goblin Surveyor. I'm gonna start going a little bit faster through the commons. Swifting Assailant. Trip Up. That's cool art. Poor little lizard. He's in a net. Streaking Oil Gorger. Oil Gorger. Okay, streaking. I mean, I thought one thing, but based on the art, I think more like streaks of oil, but who knows. Loxodon Surveyor. Another thing you can exile from your graveyard. Ticket Tortoise. Admit 1, enjoy the race. Very cute. Another starting column. Defend the Rider. You can give a permanent hexproof and indestructible for 1, or create a pilot at instant speed. So you could like surprise crew something interesting. That's solid for 1. Foul Roads. can sack it to create a pilot. So this is part of that wheel of different pilot lands. I don't know what the term is going to be. Oh, country roads, take me home. Same deal. Got Hunt the Network. Very cyberpunk action here. Got some ghost cyberpunk. Create 2 Thopters. Then that player loses X life and you gain extra as the number of artifacts you control. Oofda. Pretty solid. Oh, hello. We got an alt art. I forget what they call this treatment, but we got a Howl Squad Heavy Goblin Mercenary. Some cool Ratfink-esque art here. Start your engines, other goblins have haste. Oh yeah, this is that same dude we were excited about in the other set, but in the alternate art. We now have 2 of these sick goblin mercenaries. Man, it's telling me to build a goblin deck. Maybe I'll build a goblin deck. That is pretty fun. Dope. And then we've got a stock up. We've got top 5 cards to your library, put 2 of them in your hand, rest on the bottom. Alright, cool packs. At some point I'm going to have to start cleaning up. I'm having a pile of cards sort of accumulate over here. Got 1 more of the standard boosters. Then we're going to have our 2 collector boosters. These are legitimately going to be the first collector boosters I have ever opened. Which, I mean, I think they're fun. It's a lot to pay per your gambling run, right? It's like low stakes versus high stakes, or buy-in in Vegas. A dinosaur dragon. What are you doing here? Hello. All right. Prowl Catcher Specialist. Light Shield Parry. Spectral Interference. That is sick art. That is so cool. That's a pretty good counter. Artifact or creature specific. That's a decent counter spell. Grim Jefflinier. Bellowheart Bike. Another green vehicle. It's a Mana Dork vehicle. Fascinating. Okay. Guidelight Matrix. Interesting. Camera Launcher. Fuel the Flames. Deals 2 damage to each creature. That is solid sort of anti-go wide strat. That'll deal with a lot of decks that are playing on a bunch of 1/1s or 2/2s. Wild Roads. Glory Heath Lynx. A lifelink 2/3 cat mount. When it attacks while saddled, you search for basic planes and put it into your hand. That's solid. Gotta go fast. Slick Imitator. Hello, fellow sharks. Start your engines, max speed, pay 1 and sack to copy target spell you control. So this is a 1/3 body for 2. And as long as you're at max speed, you can pay 1 to make this be a copy of whatever spell you're casting. That seems good in certain decks. Quag Beast. Choose target creature, planeswalker, or vehicle, mill 2 cards, then destroy the chosen permanent if its mana value is less than or equal to the number of cards in your graveyard. Interesting. So if I were to put this into Amzu, it's 2 for a mill enabler that's also a removal spell. I think it's good. I don't know if it makes the cut, but it's cute and I like what it's doing. And I got another Veloheart Bike. Cool. All right, 1 more. Well, actually, no, that was it. That was it, right? Yeah, that was the last of the standard packs. Let's take a second to move some of these out of the way. Here. And then we have 2 collector boosters. Start with this one. Okay, this is very exciting. You know, I'm bracing myself for reminding myself why I normally don't buy collector boosters, which is sometimes you just miss. Or I could hit something crazy and then, you know, learn the wrong lesson from this, which is to just buy a bunch of collector boosters, which I hope I don't I don't do that. I don't need to spend more money on magic cards right now. I mean, no one really needs to, but I don't want to be tempted to. I don't need any more temptation, I think is what I'm trying to say. Okay, I'm also going to go back to front with this. Okay, so we start with a shiny Doctor. Then, Tranquil Cove. Yep. Then, ooh, I foil one of those little chitlin bugs we were looking at earlier. Cool baby. Off Celebrations. Enters, you may discard and then draw 2 for 2. Max speed, sec. Right. Oh, I can't remember this. I think we saw one of these before. Wreck Remover. Cool. Cloud Spire Captain. Another one of them Slick Imitators, this time in foil. Cloud Spire Coordinator. Try 2. Create X11 pilots, where X is the number of mounts and vehicles that enter battlefield this turn. Interesting. Go wide with mounts and vehicles seems not what I would expect people to be doing, but maybe there's some ways to do that. We got one of these cool full art foil swamps. Spire Mech Cycle, the cool full art. Haste, Exhaust, tap another untapped mount or vehicle you control. This vehicle becomes an artifact creature. Put a +1/+1 counter on it for each mount and or vehicle you control other than this vehicle. Okay. Thick art. We've got a full art foil Ranger's Refueler. Gives you a draw a card every time you activate an exhaust ability. So there's probably an exhaust build around deck, which this could be sick on. We've got a foil rare Afterburner Expert. But this goblin is just living the life. So you spend a bunch to put 2 +1/+1 counters on him to spend 4. Whenever you activate an exhaust ability, return this card from your graveyard to the battlefield. I think when you return him to the battlefield, you can exhaust him again, but that is a hefty price to pay. But he is still cute. Ooh. Okay, this is, with this symbol, I think this is from, that's a symbol for the commander decks, I think. This is a full art Aetherflux Conduit. Oh, yeah, I think I saw this. This was played, I think I saw Spike Feeders play this, but yeah. So whenever you cast a spell, you get an amount of energy equal to the amount of mana spent to cast that spell. Pay 50. Draw 7 cards. You may cast any number of spells from your hand without paying the mana costs. What a neat card. Very pretty as well. That's really cool. Oh, hello. Hello, little eyeball. Vinwixt. Is it pronounced Vinwixt? I hope so. We'll see. He's a verbose host. He's a 2-cost, 0/4 legendary homunculus. You have no maximum hand size. If you're at max speed, if you draw a card, draw 2 instead. I can see people building a deck around this little dude. I kind of want to build a deck around this little dude. Because look at him. He's so dapper. He is a early start your engines. He gives you no max hand size. Card advantage is good, I hear. Yeah, that, I might build that guy. He is cute. I love that art. Ooh. We got full art Red Shift Rocketeer Chief. Another cool gobbo. He's a pilot, the legendary pilot. He has vigilance. He is 2/3. You can tap him to add X mana of any one color where X is its power. Spend this mana only to activate abilities. Exhaust, pay 12. 12. Put any number of permanent cards from your hand onto the battlefield. Ay, ay, ay. Okay. So presumably you could tap him. You could make him huge. You could play him like the weirdest. Okay, because he's vigilance, you could tap him to crew something later. Crew anything. He's gonna be huge. But yeah, you basically play him like some sort of Voltron commander. Make his power enormous. cap him for, you try to get up to 12, I guess, or, you know, a lot, and then just play a bunch of, that is a fascinating build around commander. And it looks really cool. Man, so many cool deck ideas from this set. Oh, hello. Yes. Okay. Okay. So this is another card that I was either going to put in Amzu, or if I ever want to take Amzu apart and shift a little bit to the left, this card is sick. This is probably going straight in my Amzu deck. Okay, so this is the alternate full art of Achik, Emerald Radiant. This is an insect druid, just like Amzu. +6, a little bit pricey, especially in the command zone. I don't usually like to have people that expensive, so maybe this card goes in the 99. It's a 3/3 insect druid. When it enters, you create a 1/1 green insect token for each artifact or creature card in your graveyard. Whenever another insect you control dies, you put a +1/+1 counter on it, and each opponent loses 1 life. So, synergies here. It's much more go wide than Amzu is. Like, I tend to not actually have that many creatures in my graveyard because I keep pulling them out with various abilities in Amzu, the way I currently have the deck pulled out. And this does potentially make a bunch of creatures. People have pointed out that there are ways to make this go infinite with a sack outlet, or an ability to sort of bounce this card back and forth. This is a really cool card, and I like both sets of art. The alt art has a particular vibe that doesn't quite match a lot of other Magic cards, but it is really cool. It kind of reminds me of some of the more sort of storybook treatments of some of the stuff in Bloomborough. But this was one of the cards I was excited to open, and that's sick. I'm absolutely putting this thing straight in Amzu and seeing how it goes. Yeah, super cool stuff. All right, where are we? Do we have any? I don't know how many more we have. That's it. That was the last one. Okay, great. So that's the first of 2 collector packs. Again, value-wise, no idea. No idea how we're doing. I'll put up some made-up numbers that are what's currently on GCG Player when I edit this, but all to be taken with 15 grains of salt, with a margarita glass of salt, because all of this is going to change. Probably it's all going to go down once people actually start opening stuff, and then supply and demand shifts to a more natural place. But really cool. That was fun. And again, what drew me to getting these is just that the full value of this pack felt very worth it. Getting 2 collector boosters along with 6 other packs and all the other cool stuff. Also just kind of, it's always cool to get something at the opening of a set, sort of as a celebration. So I thought that this pack, especially if you can pick one up at MSRP or close to it, I thought that the Finish Line was a really cool set of cards. So let's see how we do in this last pack. Thanks everyone for sticking with me and watching through this if you're still here. All right, so we got a pilot, looking dapper. We've got Siphon Fuel. Do a creature -1, -6, and you gain 2 life for 5. That's expensive and probably not very good. Cool art though. Yeah, very Giger-esque some of the stuff happening. Ear Seeker Serpent, another expensive card. There's a decent number of expensive comments in this set. So 7 for 5/6. Affinity for armor. Okay, there you go. Affinity for artifacts. You're hoping to get that way down, ideally down to 2. You can also spend a bunch to make it unblockable, but this is hopefully just a big body that you cheat in with some artifact strategies. Magmakin Artillerist. Whenever you discard one of our cards, it deals that much damage to each opponent. Interesting. So for a bunch of loot or things in the bin strategies, maybe with those, it's a pirate, so it kind of goes with the pirate theme of this set. When you cycle it, deals 1 damage to each opponent. That's nice. Hazard of the Dunes, a big worm. Well, a medium-sized worm, a 4/4 worm. Triple Reach. Oh, my video froze for a second. Exhaust for a bunch. Put 3 +1/+1 counters on it. Meh. Okay. I mean, big bodies are good in draft, so maybe. Tune up. Battlefield of the vehicle. Yep, right. You've seen one of those. Hour of Victory. Start your engines. When it enters, create a 2/2 zombie creature token. At max speed, you can pay 2 and sack this enchantment. Search your library for a card. Put it in your hand, then shuffle. This is a 2/2 zombie that starts your engines for free. That later in the game is a demonic tutor. I think that's good. I think there are definitely decks that want to play this. Cool. Ooh, marauding Mako. And one of these shark pirates. I'm a shark pirate. Very cool. Love the vibe on these guys. When we discard one more card, put that many +1/+1 counters on this creature. Yep, they love discarding stuff. That's a solid 1/1 to have in your shark pirate deck. Also can cycle. Full art mountain shiny. Got another one of those. Very cool. All right. Dune Drifter. X and 2. When it enters, return target artifact or creature card from mana value extra less from your graveyard to the battlefield. This is a reanimate effect attached to a vehicle. That's sick. I suspect that this or something like it is in the precon I bought. If not, can swap this in. Vintage is back and it's hunting you. Is that a meta joke? That's fascinating. I probably am missing the specific reference to a vintage card in this art or in this. I don't know. This is great. I love it. Regardless, I'll have to look into this. Skybox Fairy. 5 for a 4/4. Flying Crew 2, Cycling 2. Okay. Pretty art. Hello. Explosive Getaway. 3 and Boros. Exile up to 1 target artifact or creature. Return to the battlefield under its owner's control to begin the next end step. Does 4 damage to each creature. Okay, so this is cool. So you can basically exile one of your creatures, ideally with a cool enter the battlefield effect on it, then blow up a bunch of other stuff. That seems sick, and this art seems sick. It's kind of hard to tell in this foil treatment, especially on the camera. You can't see like the pilots that well, but the overall vibe is really cool. Dope. Then we have another card from, looks like from the Command Precon. Priest of the Crossing. Zombie Bird Cleric. Beginning of each end step. Put X +1/+1 counters on each creature you control, where X is the number of creatures that died under your control this turn. Nice. Pretty solid. Hello. And here is a very good boy, the alternate art, full art of the district mascot. We've seen this guy previewed, a bunch of people playing him. He has 1 for a 0/0 with a +1/+1 counter on it. He's a dog mount. You can pay 2 and remove 2 +1/+1 arts to destroy target artifacts, so he can repeatedly, with good counter generation, destroy artifacts. Whenever he attacks while saddled, you put a +1/+1 counter on it. Saddle 1. What a creepy good boy. Yeah, I forget the. Okay, so this is Ryan Roadkill, this artist. Definite right think inspirations to all this jazz. Yeah, that's pretty fun. And then we have Just a Good Land. I don't know how valuable these lands are going to end up being, but it's a good land with some good art. Very pretty. Another, let's see, Monument to Endurance. Did I see this in preview? I was excited about it. Oh yeah, this is a discard effect. So whenever you discard a card, choose one that hasn't been chosen this turn. So when it's just an extra draw card, absolutely. Create a treasure, fantastic. Each opponent loses your life, all fantastic. This is a really good card. I don't know how valuable it is, but all those effects are great. And in a discard deck, this is so much value. It doesn't say when you discard 1 or more. If you discard 3 at once, you can choose all 3, is my understanding. That is sick. And that is that. Well, I don't know if we got our $75 worth. I feel like I did. I mean, we got some cool stuff. I think that's a sick card. Like these are all cool. I might have a copy of this because I also have the commander deck, but still neat. This is a cool card. Even in some of the non-collector packs, we opened some cool stuff. I'm really excited about, specifically for me, the Thunderous Velocipede. I'm really excited about, where'd it go? Where's all my stuff? Look around for where I put my things. But the other insect druid. I'm really excited about that. Here we are. Ouchtick. Really excited to have that. This guy is sick. I don't know. I think this was money. This was really cool. Again, values to be determined, but even just including all of the cool, you know, finish line, all the first place lands and stuff, just a lot of neat stuff you get in this pack. But yeah, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I'll try to get this edited and posted soon because it'll be timely with the new set having just come out, but hope everyone is being safe, being well, taking care of yourselves, and until next time, cheers.